Well, listen, verse 27. Art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loosed. Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. Now he says, is your present situation, since you've come to Christ, are bound to a wife? Stay with her. She is unsaved? Stay with her as long as you can. Are you not married? Well, then, in the present distress, the tremendous immorality that was there, it'd be best to remain single. Now, that's what Paul is saying. But he says this is his judgment. But, and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. It's certainly not sinful, Paul is saying, at all. And if a virgin marry, that is, a virgin daughter marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. But I spare you, Paul says, I'm saying this to you to save you from quite a headache, you see. Like the country boy was being married, and the preacher said to him, wilt thou have this woman to be thy lawfully wedded wife? And this young fellow said, I wilt. And I guess he did, by the way. Believe me, the sea of matrimony is a rough sea for anyone today. The divorces in Southern California now about equal to marriages, and when they get ahead of the marriages, that's going to be something, you know. That reveals that we have a present distress. Now, Paul is going to say, in the light of the present distress, there are several things that he's going to discuss with them, you see. He'll mention these now, in light of the present distress. The time, he says, is short, and there's an urgency and immediacy, and because of that, it doesn't only apply to marriage. Why, it applies to other things. And he's going to mention 5 things, all of them necessary, all of them inevitable, all of them actually the common experience of man in this world. And let me just enumerate them, and we'll take them up here. Marriage, sorrow, joy, commerce, and then just the world in general. All of these, now, we have a relationship to. Now, notice what Paul says. You couldn't escape these. Marriage is the first one. Paul says, sure, it's all right to go ahead and marry, but remember, you're going to have trouble, and you will, by the way. That's something that we, on counseling, I've always tried to tell young people that the romantic period will pass. And when the first month's rent comes due and there's not much money in the treasury, believe me, the romance might fly out the window.